Stop posting for everyone. If you want to turn your social media into a client acquisition machine, you have to stop targeting everyone and start targeting the actual clients. The reason you might not be getting clients for your skill and your business is because you are targeting the wrong audience with your content. So in this video, I'm sharing a private masterclass from my community, High Signal, where I walk you through how to define your ideal client profile, the actual person you are meant to be targeting. And with the format I shared, you will never have to guess what should I post ever again. This is a deep dive masterclass, so grab your pen and your notebook and let's get into it. Tonight we are answering this question: what do we post? What do I post when it comes to building my online visibility? And it is more important for you to understand how to send the right signal to the right audience, because as I said in the last session, that it's not just about posting, it's about effective posting, so that everybody that views your post are people that you really want them to view your post. They are people that you know that, okay, this will convert into clients and much more. The thing that you're building your brand around, this will convert, because at the end of the day, you can have, as I said last session, can have 1 million views, and I'm not optimizing for views. I'm not optimizing us for views, for metrics. I'm optimizing us to do the right thing, to target the right people. That's what High Signals is all about. Accurate targeting the right people. All right, so what should we post? First of all, you can't know the right post to make if you don't know who the person that you're targeting your post for. You can't know the right post to make. It's not just about posting. There are human beings at the end of your post. There are people that are receiving your post. Let me make it clear. Your content is not for everyone. Your content is targeted to someone. There's someone that content is targeted to. I think one of these other sessions, I'm going to separate two major audiences that we will have. Number one, your content to client. So C2C, content to client. That's your ideal client that you want. The second one is content to peers. So content to client, content to peers. So content to peers means that people that are in the same niche. Let me even type it out here. So we have two major audiences that we kind of target. We have content to client, C2C, and we have content to peers. Content to peers. Now, it is important that eventually I think I will dive deeper to this aspect of content to client versus content to peers, because your content cannot reach your client if your peers does not approve of it. So what do I mean by that? If you are doing graphic design and other graphic designers don't engage your content, or you don't target them also, you will not get enough engagement that will eventually reach content to client. So your clients might not see your post when your peers don't support your post. So for example, like people like Anthony that are in the agricultural space, you can't just be posting for people that want to buy chicken. You have to also post for people that are enthusiasts of agriculture, or people that are also doing the agricultural game, because when they see you grow, when they see you hustle, they appreciate the good hustle. So they are the ones that will hype you. They are the ones that will like your videos. It's not even your clients that will like your videos. It's not your client that most of the time, it's mostly your peers, first of all. If you are doing crypto, your other crypto bros might like your stuff. Anything you are doing, you have to also put in target your peers and your client. But it is important to know who your client is before you can even think of content to peers. You have to know who your client, you have to have an understanding of who am I target, who is the real person that I am making all this content to. One of our next sessions will dive into content to peers more, but tonight I'm going to be talking about more towards content to client as your target audience. So you can't know the right post to make if you don't know who your target is, and it is very important that your post should not be made for everyone. Never target too much people. Let me even write this. Your post isn't for everyone. It's not for everyone. So if you think that you want to get millions of views, except you are in the entertainment niche, I doubt any one of us are entertaining, are into this game for entertainment. If you're into it for entertainment, most of these strategies will not work for you. Why? Because entertainers need as much people, and entertainment applies to almost everybody. Almost everybody can laugh at a joke or at a skit, but we are not playing jokes and skits here. We are trying to target people that will bring revenue for us, people that will buy the things that we are selling, our businesses, people that we value the things that we do. And that's why your post is not for everyone. So that is also the reason why you should not have this huge expectation that you have 1 million people on your post. Yes, you can. Even with content client, you can have 1 million people on your post that will engage your post, but there's a certain level that will happen. But for now, at this beginning stage, don't have that huge expectation. And there's also a way that we can be able to build that eventually. I'll talk about virality in another session. Instead of posting for everyone, start with targeting just one person. Start with targeting one person, just one person. Start with one person. And that one person is who we call your ideal client profile, or your ideal client. We call it the ICP. So ICP is your ideal client profile. Who is that person that is the most valuable person, that if this person reads, if my post can just get to the face of this person's eyes, that post can lead to a returns in investment. That is your ideal client. So your ideal client is the person you will like to work for or offer your services to. He's the person that you dream to have. He's the person that you have the ability to solve their problem through your skills and your services. So we are not doing content creation for content creation's sake. We are solving problems. And the problems we are solving, it has to be to one person, because that person multiplies. So I will let's say you are targeting someone that needs consultation service. Once you niche it down to one person, you will realize that there are multiple people that have that same problem that you're solving. But you won't be able to reach those multiple people if you don't niche it down to one particular person who we call your ICP. So let me put some cons towards it. If you don't have a proper ICP, number one, your post will be a noise. And this is the noise that we are trying to avoid on social media. There is noise, there is signal. Remember, that's what high signals is all about. We are the signals out of the noise. So a lot of content out there are noise. A lot of them are noise. And so if you don't have a proper ICP, you won't stay on the right frequency, which means that your content will never reach the right person. You won't stay on the right frequency. You find yourself posting every day, everything, and you will reach nobody. You will reach effectively. You will reach people, but you will not reach the exact people that you want effectively. And that is one of the things that I really want us to put. I am an advocate of efficiency. I don't like that I put an effort into something and it doesn't give me the best of returns on it. So I want it that if I'm making a post online, it must give me the best returns on it. Not just about the views, but that results shall show. So that I don't need to be wasting years and years of continuous posting before I reach that one person that I need to reach. If I can optimize my post for 1 year to ensure that it targets one particular person consistently, and I will be able to close that person as a client, or someone that an opportunity opened for me due to that particular person, it's a win for me than spending 5 years posting randomly until it reaches one person. Now, without an ICP, any trend will attract you online. And this is what used to happen. You see a lot of people wanting to follow trends. Like you see TikTok dancing trends and all that. A lot of people want to be part of it. Everything online will attract, like you won't have anything. You're easily blown by the wind if you don't have a target. There's no use, and let me tell you guys, there's no use of you posting on social media if you don't have a target, if you don't have something that you're targeting to, if you don't have a person that you're trying to reach. Social media is all about reaching. It's no more like just about making friends. It has turned to a huge business ground, and it's all about reaching the right people effectively. So without an ICP, you find yourself attracted to every trend. You have no name or expertise. Why? Because you are everywhere. People cannot associate you with one thing. So that's because you are everywhere. And eventually you won't have any clients. So how do you know your ICP? To know your ICP, you have to ask the right question. First question is, what problem am I really solving? What's the problem I am solving, aka your offer? Now, some of us are too broad with our offer. Some of us are too broad with what we say we are doing. What are you doing on social? Like, what brought you there? What brought you to be posting online? Do you just want to gain it for the fame? If you are gaining it for the fame, please step aside. If you are gaining it for, I don't know, the pride of it, please step aside. But what is the reason we are online is to solve a problem. I know, yes, most of us is to make money, a lot of us to make money, but you can't make money without solving problems. Money is exchange of value, so you have to give out value for people to give you money. You have to, and what is the value that people can give you money for when their problems are solved? So literally it equates to, I came online to solve people's problems. The question you have to ask yourself is, what problem am I solving? I'm a graphic designer is good, but what problem in the graphic design space are you solving? Are you trying to help business owners gain, because there's a problem, there's a reason why they need a graphic. It's not that they just want to have a graphic. There's a reason. They want to gain more attention. If a business is lacking attention and your flyers as a graphic designer solves the problem of attention for them, that is the problem. You're not a graphic designer. You help businesses build attention through graphics. Graphics is the means. The problem you're solving is the attention that they are not getting, not the graphic. Stop offering the means as the product. Offer the problem solution, the solution to the problem as the product, not the means. You are not a website developer. No, you are helping them funnel clients into their through websites. You are not a car dealer. You are helping people get the right transportation for their stuff. You're not just a crypto seller. You're helping people be able to invest in the right business. Like, this is the mindset shift I want everyone to have. You're not just an agriculturist, but you are changing the spectrum of agriculture through this. Like, you have to understand that. Let me type something out. You have to understand that number one is a problem, the solution that you're offering. Let me type it properly. The solution you're offering for a specific problem. You must have a solution, but for you to have a solution, there must be a problem. So number one, there must be a solution. No, first of all, it actually starts with a problem. If there's no problem, there won't be a solution. So number one, there must be a problem, and then there must be a solution, then there must be a means. So you're solving a particular problem, identify that problem that you're solving. Now, some of you wonder, how does this tie to content and posting? Let me tell you, you can't post without knowing the problem that you're solving. So let's start with this. There must be a problem that you're solving, there must be a solution that you're offering, and there must be a means. The means is what you are doing: graphic design, video editing, crypto, this one, that one, all what we call our skills is all actually a means to solve a problem. I hope that's clear. I really pray that's clear, because if you understand this alone, you know how to solve people's problems online. All right, so question, what problem are you solving, aka your offer? Like, I'm just giving some examples here. Like high signals, we are helping professionals. That's the problem we are solving. We are helping skilled professionals. Our target audience is skilled professionals, not just anyhow people. Cut through the noise through by building visibility. That's our method that attract high-paying clients. That's the solution that we're solving. The solution to our problem. The problem is that a lot of skilled professionals are finding it difficult to get high-paying clients through online visibility, and that's the problem we at High Signals are solving. Let's look at this video editor. This video editor is helping coaches and creators grow with high converting educational videos. He's using educational videos as a means to solve a problem to help creators and coaches grow. He's not just a video editor. Let me use another example. This one, he said, I'm on a mission to become a better. He said, I'm building something. He said, on a mission to become a better writer, thinker, and entrepreneur. That's literally what brought him online. That's his goal online, and that's what he's doing. So let me see another person. This one is helping entrepreneurs entrepreneurial writers systematize their social media posts to grow their business without losing freedom. So you can see all these guys, Russell Brunson, one of my best guys, they are solving problems. That's an offer, and you need to understand this. Pardon me, I'm using Twitter as an example because Twitter is one of the places I easily see people offer services very well. All right, so the first question you need to ask yourself, please write it on your notes. What problem am I solving? Second question you need to ask yourself, what are the current struggles and pain of my clients and audience? What are their struggles? What are the things that they are struggling with? The person that you're solving the problem, your ideal client, your target, what are the problems that they face? And the problems they face will help you know how to curate content that solves their problems. So I want you guys to understand this. The moment I read a post and it is hammering on something I am feeling as a pain, let's say I'm finding it difficult to make money as an entrepreneur. Let's say that's my problem. And I now read a post that tells me, oh, this is how I can start making money as a video editor. And if that is the exact problem I'm facing, I will pay attention to that post. Why? Because I'm having this problem and they are calling out the problem. So we need to learn to, even our casual content, I know some of us just post casual content. Let your casual content in one way or the other be linked to a problem. So let me give some examples. Let me give copywriting as an example. A problem that copywriters clients face. So their client don't know how to write online for engagement. Please get a sheet of paper, write down your offer, write down the problems that you think your audience or your clients will face. Write down as much problems. Let the list be long. These ones I'm just giving short list. I'll show you High Signals on the one I wrote for High Signals when I was coming up with the plan for the community, to give you an example. So my clients lack proper writing structure. They don't have enough time to focus and write. They are not writing engaging things online. You see these things, these problems for this copywriter is content. Some of us are finding, like I said, we are answering the question, what do we post that is effective? So when you start answering these questions, when you start, for example, now they lack proper writing structure. That's your ideal client. Like in this copywriter's example, one of the problems is that they lack proper writing structure. So you can create a content that solves that problem. And the hook could literally be like, a lot of people find themselves not knowing how to structure a post, a writing post properly. And for the past 5 years, I've been doing this, and now I have been able to figure out how to structure writing properly. Here are 5 examples of how to structure. Now, if I am a client that sees that you are good at writing structures, all of a sudden I'm like, wow, I'm interested in this person. It seems this person knows what he's doing. Why? Because is a problem I'm facing, and you are giving me a proper solution for the problem. Now, the thing is, most people online would not solve the problem themselves. They will read your posts, but what will happen is they will say, if this lady can do it better, why don't I hire her to do it for me instead of me trying to do it myself? So that present yourself as a value entity online once you know how to start solving problems. So let me give another example that I wrote here. A graphic designer's examples. His clients cannot find reliable graphic designers. They don't have proper branding. Their designs don't convert clients for him. He doesn't have enough time and tools as a graphic designer. Let me give another example. Let's say you're selling a product like hair creams. It's the same thing. Hair cream, you are solving a problem. And what are the problems? They are losing hair rapidly. Lack of proper hair growth, gray hair issues, tired of many bad hair products that didn't work. So even as a hair cream vendor, you are solving a problem. And all your content will be about the problem, not about the product. Stop making content about the product if you're a business person. Start making content about the problem the product solves. So hit on the problem, then give them the product as a solution to the problem. So whatsoever you are selling, your service is a solution to a problem. So hit the problem, twist the problem, let them read your post and feel the problem. At the end of the day, they will feel like, oh boy, if I don't get her service, I can't be able to solve this problem by myself. Exaggerate the problem. That is what is going on online. And that's how to effectively hit the right people. You now realize the people that are on your comment section will be like, oh wow, this is the exact thing. They will be like, this is the exact problem I'm facing. This is what I'm struggling with. I'm finding it hard to know how to build crypto wallets. That's the problem I'm facing. They will know what to solve, the exact problem that they are trying to solve. And if you make this kind of posts that are solving problems consistently, you find out that you're hitting the right people over time. So number 3 question is, what are the dreams of your client? So we have the pain and the problems. We have the dreams. Let me use the example. One of the dreams of someone that is a copywriter's client, one of his dreams is that he wants to have huge engagement in his post. And what a good copywriter can solve that. Another of his dreams is that he wants his writing to look beautiful. A good copywriter can help him with that. So you don't only target the pain that they are facing, you also target their future. Like, what do they want to gain? And use your service, your product, whatsoever, as a solution to help them reach their goals. So solve a problem and help them reach their goals. Now, most of these dreams are a solution to this problem. So for example, the copywriter's client's problem was that he doesn't know how to write online for engagement properly. One of his dreams was that he wants to be getting huge engagement to his post. So you can see that they relate. The problem is related to the dream. So the dream is how he will look without the problem. You understand? So question, what are the dreams of your client? For the hair business now, one of their dreams is that they don't want to be losing their hair anymore. They want long and healthy hair. They want shiny looking hair. Check out the problems. Their problem were they're losing hair rapidly. They didn't have proper hair growth. So you can see that the dreams are similar, are the inverse of the problems. With this, it will make you know how to effectively post online that can target the right people. And with this, you never lack content ideas that are effective. Now you can post anything, but I'm talking about effective content. Effective content matters more than any other thing. All right. So now the last question this is meant to be for, your means of solving their problem should be answered. So ask yourself, how do I plan to solve their problems and get their dream? Copywriter's example, he's going to use a better hook to get he's going to use a structure, he's going to use lead mag. Like, you also need to know the means to solve the problem. You also need to have a means to solve the problem and to get their dreams. Graphic designer's example, he needs to build rapport, communicate, and meet deadlines because he's trying to solve a problem that his client is not finding a reliable designer. So he can now become a reliable designer by communicating and meeting deadlines. Hair business example, his product is the solution. So they are losing hair. Solution to their problem, his product. They are not having long, healthy hair. Solution to their problem, his product. Their hair is not shining and dark. Solution is his problem. So you realize that someone that is selling a service, a business, a particular product, his product is a solution. So stop creating content around your product or your service. Create content around the problems and the dreams and pitch the solution. This is what effective content creation is for entrepreneurs, business owners, and people that are skilled. This does not apply to people that just want to make comedy online or want to be dancing online. I hope I've cleared this, because let me tell you guys, if you don't lay this foundation, you will not be able to get the proper audience, and you'll just be posting online and it's the wrong people that are viewing it. And let me tell you guys how the algorithm works. If you post consistently about one particular problem, it will naturally attract everyone that is facing that problem they will not become your followers. That will not make it that any post you make will naturally get engagement, because everyone that is following you are people that you are solving their problem. So remember, I told you guys there are two major types of content. I'm going to be talking about content to pairs in another session, but what we are targeting is content to client. So C2C, content to client, and that's why you need to have your ideal client profile. So let me round this up with some other questions you need to ask yourself for your ideal client. You should know your clients very well, to the extent that you know what their demographics are. So who are the major people that you feel that can purchase your services? You can niche down to their exact details. Oh, they are males at the age of 25 to 30, they have a business, or they are married, or they live in Nigeria, or they majorly have businesses on socials, on X, on Facebook, they run a canteen, they have 5 cars. You can literally define your ideal client down to every detail. Why do you say that? Because when you are creating content, it will be easier for you to understand who your client is and know the kind of thing that you can post. So let's say your client lives in Nigeria, or your ideal client, most of the people that you want to offer your services, they live in Nigeria. There's a way you will now curate your content online, your post online, that Nigerians can relate to. So it is also important for you to identify what country they are, what age they are, because there is a kind of content that will be relatable to people that are over the age of 30, but might not relate to people under the age of. So if you say, everybody is my client, people that are 15 years old is my client, to people that are 80, you have a problem. You know what the problem is? 15 years old people cannot relate to some kind of things that you post. 80 years old people cannot relate to some kind of things that you post. How can you solve problems for the two different age brackets? A fab age. So even the age has to be specific. You have to write it down. Okay, most people that I'm creating content around, they are around maybe the age of 20 to 30. It simplifies your work. Let's say you made a post about Lagbaja now. Who do you think can relate to that post? Understand the joke about that post more? Is it the younger audience or the older audience? Older audience, yes. So you can see how your age bracket of your audience also determine the kind of relatability of your post. So if you are targeting people that sit down at home and play games, they understand GTA 5. They understand the trends about GTA 6 that is coming out this year. It's more relatable to them. So you need to understand who they are, male or female, their age, what kind of business. Like, you need to write down the specifics. By the time, let me tell you guys this trick. By the time you niche down this specific, by the time you start posting directly hitting these people, it will be like you are reading their mind. And the moment it be like they can give everything just because it's like you're reading their mind. They are reading your post and like, yes, this is exactly me. Do you understand? That's the notion we want to build. So before you start posting randomly online, this thing is very important. This particular thing I'm teaching is very important. And by the time you do this thing consistently for a long period of time, you will find yourself that you are successful because you are hitting the right people. So you need to understand their demographics, and not just their demographics, their psychographics also. What do they love? Like, how do they think? They love football, they love playing games, they want to be an entrepreneur, they like burger, you have to understand your audience, because these are the people that are going to make you money. So you have to understand them down to the teeth. If you follow this thing, you will never lack what to post. Why? Because all your posts will all be hitting the same people. And even when you are posting about yourself, you are posting a picture about something that happened that day, you can shape that your post that it is relatable to the ideal client or to the ideal audience. Now, your peers also need to have an ICP. So your ideal peers, like most of your peers are people that look like you, video editors like you, graphic designers like you. So you need to be both relatable to the graphic designers that are maybe you're a graphic designer and they're a graphic designer, and also your clients. You need to also be able to hit these two. These two people are the most important people in your content listing. Every other person is noise. You don't need them to engage on your content at all, because they are not going to help you. Imagine if you are able to get, let's say you're a car dealer and everybody that is engaging in your content are people that love cars. Tell me how you will not get car sales. But if the people that are engaging your content are crypto guys and you're a car dealer, you will never get sales. So you can all see how important accurate targeting is. So let me give an example of someone that edits books. So now, with everything I've said, I'm putting it into one example. Let's say you're a book editor. The business that you run is that you run a high-end editorial service specializing in helping entrepreneurs turn their expertise into a book. You want to help. Now, your target audience, your ICP, are entrepreneurs. So now this is how I want you guys to write it. This is the assignment for today. Get your jotter, your journal where you used to write stuffs, and write your ICP. So give them a name. Like this place, I gave them a name, Expert Eric, because he's meant to be an expert in entrepreneurship, but he doesn't know how to write a book. So I just give him a name. It makes you feel like you're targeting one person. Once you give the person a name, it makes you feel that, okay, I'm targeting one person. So what are their demographics? Like in this case, this particular Eric is 35 to 55 years old. So approximately 35 to 55 years old. Now, if you're targeting 35 to 55 years old, you know that they are much more matured, which means your content are going to be much more matured minded. Some of us today will post something about that is for teenagers. Tomorrow we'll post something matured. Like, know your age bracket. So we have, like in this case, he's 35 to 55 years old. He's approximately a founder or a CEO of a company. Like, he's an expert in something. He's earning like maybe 100 million a year. Let's say he's earning 100 million naira a year. That's his average money range. You also need to know their average money, maybe monthly rate or yearly monthly rate. It will also help you to be able to know how to pitch your sales. Also, the person is located in Nigeria. He has a bachelor degree. He's married with children. This is his demographics. His psychographics now that I wrote here. He's an authority. He loves efficiency. He loves reputation. He loves legacy. So in your mind now, you can kind of picture this man I'm talking about. He's ambitious. He's result-oriented, slightly perfectionist. He's often disorganized with his own creative ideas. His interests, he consumes a lot of content from thought leaders. seminars, he attends industry conferences. Gradually, I am starting to paint a picture of who Eric is. His buying behavior, he's willing to pay anything at a premium to save time. So gradually, I'm starting to, so that by the time I'm creating content around the problems and the dreams of him, I can easily target the right person. Pain points. He's having 10 years of experience and a lot of Google Notes, but he doesn't have structure. He runs a business full time, but he doesn't have time to sit down and write books. He has imposter syndrome. He's terrified of publishing a books with typos, blah blah blah, blank page, anxiety, and all that. His dreams. So you can see in this place, I was able to write an ICP for someone that is a client of a book editor. Let's say I am a book editor. This is somewhat of my ideal client. I want to edit books for someone that is 35 to 55 years old and is a CEO and he doesn't have time to write books. So this will help me that every of the content I put out there is hitting him directly. And as it's hitting him, it is hitting every other person that has similar demographic, similar ICP. And you will realize that those are the ones that pay. They're the ones that convert. They're the ones that will buy the things that you're selling. Why? Because you're solving their problem. You're solving their problem. So with this foundation, if you write this in your jotter, anytime you are trying to come up with content ideas, you will ask yourself the questions and you look at the questions and try and create content that solves the problem. And don't feel bad that you're talking about one particular problem over and over again. There are many ways of talking about the problem. If you build your content on this right foundation and you consistently do it over time, guys, you will not miss out. You just do it for the 365 days of this year. Before 365 days, a lot of opportunities will be open to you. Why? Because you are hitting the pain points of the right people. With this, I've come to the end of tonight's teaching.